One thing I dreaded was getting into a routine because as I'm a very active person and the thought of doing a 9-to-5 job in an office, just the prospect of that was awful. But actually it's not. Right from the start, you're given responsibility, so you're responsible for a project and you have to deliver results from that, and you have to communicate your results and you have to present your results.
Those horizons coming in there?
Yeah, that's right. Through university, you learn the skills and you learn the knowledge, and once you get into BP, you get the chance to apply that, and that's what's very satisfying. The first few weeks you spend hours walking around trying to find various meeting rooms, so you do get lost a few times, but I mean, you quickly get used to it and you get to recognise faces as well around the office. Leaving university, I didn't know that much about the job roles that were available in the oil industry, and I really wanted an opportunity to join and then broaden my knowledge before I had to make any big decisions about where to take my career. BP have a well-organised scheme of mentoring and buddying. So there are 2 different roles that mentors can take. One is a technical mentor, and he helps you with your technical work.
So the flex in this data here, the streams, that's just noise outside the model.
And another is career mentor, and they'll help you with developing your career path.
Initially, when I was at university, I was like, I'm never going to join the oil industry. I thought it would be selling out. I wanted to work using my skills in geophysics.
I've known it for ages.
Okay.
But it's a really interesting bit here.
I wasn't expecting to get quite so much responsibility so early on, and that's probably been something that has been unexpected and welcome.
150, 200 mils tops. So
the varied nature of the stuff that we do is exciting. It's quite fast-paced. I'm working in a group that is exploring in a certain area of the North Sea. Just recently we've been doing a regional evaluation, so we've been using our seismic data to get an understanding of what the geology looks like across this whole area and familiarise ourselves with it. And the project going forward will involve us identifying areas where we might like to look at in more detail and that are potential oil and gas reservoirs.
I think one of the great things about working as BP is we're very much committed to clean energy, and if you want to have influence on that, the best way to do that is from within the company. So you can join the company and positively influence the way that we move forward in a greener environment. You're at university and you have a great bunch of friends and you have this great environment, and you kind of see those friendships lasting forever, and that's your peer group. When you join a company like BP and you work in an industry like we do work some long hours, we do work offshore in different locations, and that really brings people together. So I've made some amazing friendships over the years, global friendships, friends in every country that we operate in, and friendships that have endured, and that's something that's been fantastic about working in the oil industry. It's a very diverse community of people from all walks of life, different cultures, religions. It's a global company, and that's what it feels like. Initially, I had this picture in my mind of really rough and tough type of world, and it is like that. And if you haven't experienced that, I think it'd be quite disappointing. And also, you haven't really done as much as you could have done in the industry. But there's the whole side about technology, about working in a global environment. Certainly there's differences between working offshore and onshore, but I think the technology that we use nowadays and are continuing to develop is really about bringing the offshore and onshore environments together. So advanced collaborative environments, the ACE, like we're sitting in at the moment, is an opportunity to actually feel like you're working offshore and get the offshore guys a perspective of what's happening in the office. Any issues to report?
We did have a minor issue with a valve failure last night, which caused us to lose level of one of the separators.
I remember the first time I went offshore, there was a huge excitement. Flying a helicopter was exciting. Something that not many people had done and not many people I knew had done. I've had a range of different jobs, and I guess that describes me because I like change. Everything out here on Ula is within my responsibility. I moved into different positions as I got opportunities. So from well intervention completion, I moved offshore, had an offshore production engineering position for a year or so. I'm not working as an engineer anymore, but I am on a daily basis interacting with engineers. And that's really a motivating piece because you can make a decision one day and you can go out in the field and see it happens the next day. You need to enjoy the environment. You need to like that challenge of staying out where it really happens, but you don't need to be physically strong.
Fantastic work that we were doing, presented with a very prestigious award.
The Helios Awards recognise the fact that we are innovating, we're a progressive organisation, we're responsible for the environment that we live in. We deliver something extraordinary year on year, and Helios is our way of recognising the teams that have delivered that agenda. People often say that the North Sea is running out of hydrocarbons. We see a great future here for the North Sea on all of our assets. And one of the young companies newly formed in Aberdeen that we do a lot of work with is Brinker, who are taking technology from human biology and applying that now into the oil industry. When I go and visit, what I'm trying to do is understand what the technical application for that technology is within BP. We work collaboratively to see how can we develop this technology to solve our particular needs and get it working in the oil industry.
As a geophysicist, there's opportunity on seismic survey vessels when they actually go to shoot the seismic surveys. So I would be very keen to get some experience there and to know where the data on my computer screen actually originates from.
I would say my job is very much office-based, which is also very suitable with the stage of my family life. But before that it was much more operational, so I was responsible for organising site investigations. So I would regularly go towards the site investigation vessels. I have always experienced BP as a caring company. What I would say, in a way, I'm a little bit bohemian and home is where family is, but Aberdeen was for me a great way of combining an interesting job with family life. So it was work-life balance, family life and an interesting job.
We do have flexible working here in Aberdeen. There are options that you can discuss with your team leader based around hours or childcare needs or a variety of different things. The key to flexible working for me is showing that you're able to do your job and you're committed to do your job. But once you do that, the opportunities are really endless.
I love Aberdeen, I love living up here. So much to do. I'm quite an active person and like to be on the go all the time, and there's certainly more than sufficient activities to keep you occupied. There's the Cairngorm Mountains just on our doorstep. There's plenty of opportunity for rock climbing at the sea cliffs, and then there's the indoor wall.
Winter mountaineering, mountain biking, team sports, outdoor sports, adventure sports.
Shops, restaurants, bars, pubs, cafes, coffee shops. It's great. There's some really nice beaches very close by, and when the weather's great, it's the perfect opportunity to enjoy the sunshine. At university, I always lived in halls, and so having the opportunity to sort of choose my own home, I decided that I really wanted to get something nice, so I like it. There's a lot of houses like this in Aberdeen. They're very old, there's a lot of character and something a bit different. There's also lots of new, brand new, shiny apartments as well, so I think it's something to suit everyone, really.
When I was a little girl, nobody ever told me that I could be a drilling manager or a technology manager in the North Sea. They weren't on my radar screen. And so for me to actually have got here today has been really satisfying.
I've worked in the same discipline for those 12 years, and it feels like I've had 12 different jobs because there's such a diversity in what we do. And I could work for the next 30 years and have another 30 different jobs, still within the same discipline, not learn everything that I could possibly learn, not do everything that I could possibly do, not be everywhere that I could possibly go. So there's definitely a career there for me.
Every day is a different challenge and there's always a different problem there, and no day is ever exactly the same and no day is ever easy either. And I like that.
BP in Aberdeen is a great place to work.
It's a very interesting, very stimulating environment.
It's a very diverse community of people from all walks of life, different cultures, religions. We do have flexible working here.
No day is ever exactly the same and no day is ever easy either, and I like that.
When I was a little girl, nobody ever told me that I could be a drilling manager or a technology manager in the North Sea. Doors open you don't know exist.
It's exciting, it's fast-paced.
Flying a helicopter was exciting. Something that not many people had done and not many people I knew had done.
It's a global company. The opportunities are really endless.